Greetings, viewership, and welcome to another edition of the Pathfinder Kingmaker Mega Mod One-Man Show. And in this case, we have actually teleported out of bounds, at least out of bounds for Chapter 1, because we're character level 10, Sorcerer level 10, and I just treated my first level 5 spell known as Teleport, even though this game does not formally have it. But the Bag of Tricks mod has Teleport is my / key. I'm just treating that one teleportation as a level 5 spell slot used. So, it's been one spell slot to warp here after our victory party at Oleg's. Right now, we are investigating the Swap Witch's Hut because we have access to that just due to however the game has highlighted stuff. And we'll proceed from there after we like your likes and subscribe to your subscriptions because we like that. Let's begin. Your characters can't sleep in medium or heavy armor, meaning never wear medium or heavy armor.
I am prepared. Time's not waiting. All according to plan. Enemy approaching! In due time. Be victorious!
Even if this game weren't on a tight time limit, I'd still want to get Teleport anyway. Teleport is one of my favorite D&D spells, and one of my favorite abilities in general, in games. And something that I wish were easy to do in this physical reality. The present plan regarding this so-called out of bounds area, at least for Chapter 1, is to just do the area that we can, explore the area that we
I
can,
know what to do.
within the time limit, craft
Ready
stuff, of
for
course,
anything.
and just be as prepared as we
Focus
can
on
for
the
when we
goal.
get our barony come Chapter 2.
They'll never see me coming. Our victory is certain. As it should be. Enemy approaching. They'll never see me coming. This should do it.
A dead man staggers toward you. There is a gaping hole in the middle of his chest, and you can see the white of bone through the tears in his decayed flesh. He speaks with a halting, gurgling wheeze. Living one, I do not want to harm you. Help me. Well, how can I help you? The face said, I'll reach my final rest when 2 coins serve as my eyelids. Give me just 2 coins. Well, if you mean 2 normal coins, then deal. You put 2 coins over the dead man's eyes, but they fall from the sockets to the ground. The dead man hisses. All lies, damned Fae. Damned. Who are you? I had a name. Dorsey. Had a bride. Now I'm no one. Alone. Less than no one. Well, what happened to this place? The man groans, and you see his hands twitch and curl into fists. Fae. Damned Fae. Killed everyone. Every single one. Hate. Hate them all. Hate the Fae. Hate the headman. Why do you hate the Fae so much? The dead man's decayed hands sink into the edges of the huge hole on his chest. The Fae stole my bride, killed her, killed me, the whole village, and the headman, the bastard, helped them, sold his own daughter to the Fae. Neither my love, evil all of them. Now I hate them. The dead man utters a helpless groan, stretching out his arm toward you.
They'll never see me coming. am prepared. It is finished. A trivial matter. In due time. We will be victorious! A calculated risk. They'll never see me coming. This will hurt. No mistakes. Let's try this way. All according to plan. A trivial matter. It is finished. This should do it.
This is why I invested in so many buffs.
Time's not waiting. Ready for anything? Focus on the goal. A trivial matter. Our victory is certain.
making bacon.
A calculated risk.
I'm not sure why we need a recipe that we need to learn for putting fish on a stick, or chicken on a
Follow
stick,
my
or
lead.
something else on a stick. This house differs from the others. It's the only one that looks habitable. A low, almost defeated fence rings it. Smoke rises from the chimney, and you can smell what could be a stew, heavily spiced. Even glass windows adorned with drapes are intact. A small tinted brass bell hangs near the front gate, and a well-swept path from the gate to the leads from the gate to the door of the house. Along the side of the house lies a garden, vegetables it seems, and in the midst of the garden you see a scarecrow with black stones for eyes and a wicked grin stitched on its burlap face. Let's see what sort of spells are on this gate. The gate and the bell bear simple enchantment that alerts the caster, presumably the owner of the house, about uninvited guests. That scarecrow looks like it also might be trouble. Ha! The scarecrow's aura is strong, almost like a lightning flash to your senses. It's not a bundle of sticks and rags. It's a dangerous ward to protect the home from trespassers. Is anyone here? No matter how loud you shout, no one answers. Ring the bell. What an everlasting damnation! After a few moments, the door creaks open. An old woman with a tangle of gray hair and greenish skin steps out. So, what in damnation are you doing here? The old woman squints at you with disapproval. Her hair is a tangle of gray, and her wrinkled skin is an unusual shade of green. Her eyebrows and her ears taper to points. Who are you? Me, eh? I'm just a harmless old woman, hoping for some peace and quiet. The old beldame, they call me, and that's fine. Been called worse in my life. Why are you asking? What fool's errand brings you this way? I have a question for you. Just look. He's got a question! Her lip curls into a sneer. What makes you think I've got answers for one such as you, scrabbling at my door like a beggar? Have you done anything good for me recently? You've nothing for me, and you're nothing to me. Well then, how can I be of service? Well, now we're talking. Much better than poking around where you don't belong, nattering like an old fool. Here, look! She pulls a black, oddly wrinkled mushroom from a bag in her belt. It has an odd smell about it that makes your eyes tear up. This is black rattlecap, spore pods inside. The best things for the lungs and the skin. I use them for tea. They're rare though, but they grow thickest in the mud bowl east of here. Give me, at least 10. Yeah, 10, and then we'll talk. This seems to be an unusual herb that I found. What is it? She takes the herb between her bony fingers, sniffs it, then gives you an approving nod. Yeah, you've got good eyes. This herb is useful, but not by itself. Look here. She shows you 3 different herbs. This one's mudleaf. That there's gloomberry. And that, well, that's the dizzy hat. One guess what it does. If you can find 3 bottles of each, bring them to me. All right. Well, farewell, my lady. Well, good riddance. Anyway.
This will hurt.
Yes, Dragon Slayer, Sor10.
A trivial matter.
Those text boxes are probably coming from magic mouth spells. Oh well.
In due time.
The corpse of a beautiful girl lays in the middle of the glade. You can see the black stain of caked blood on her flowing dress. Despite the years that have passed since the girl's death, the body bears no signs of decay. Her pale hands, clutching a white lily, are folded on her chest peacefully, and a wreath of fresh flowers crowns her head. There is a glint of fine jewelry on her body, a necklace, earrings, and a ring on her finger. As you study the jewelry, you hear hissing voices from every direction. Faye. But despite the number of voices, you cannot see a single one. Get hence! Get hence! Let our night us sleep, or you will regret it. I wonder what spells were cast on her. The body bears a strong preservation enchantment that keeps decay at bay. Gentle repose. Who is there? Show yourselves. A flurry of giggles, and a few mocking jabs, comparing you to the unfavorable end of a mule, are your only answer. Well, gather some flowers and lay them near the body. You collect fresh flowers and lay them over the girl's remains. The jeers and threats of the Fae become murmurs and dissolve into silence.
They'll never see me coming. It is finished.
Okay, maybe we were meant to be doing something else with that later.
That is not far.
You suppress a shiver as you approach the well. The air around it is thick with the smell of decay. As you try to identify the source, you suddenly catch whispers and ragged scratching noises emanating beneath the lid of the well. The rotting wooden cover has been crudely hammered shut with heavy iron nails. Let's check for magic. An aura of death magic hangs about the well. The aura runs strong and deep, emanating from the bottom of the well. Alright, knock on the lid. A flurry of whispers erupts beneath the lid, and for a moment you feel faint, but take a breath and focus, blocking out the whispers. Your momentary disorientation subsides. Open the thing. As you pry open the lid, it splinters away and a foul stench bursts forth. You feel a vicious, evil presence rushing toward you. Oh, hey! I thought I killed you yesterday! That's a reference to Albi and the racist dragon by Flight of the Conchords.
I know what to do. I am prepared. No mistakes. Enemy approaching! Let's try this way.
Hallelujah! Hey, we got a critical hit against this thing.
A trivial matter. As it should be. All according to plan. A trivial matter.
In front of the ruined temple you see a ghost, an old man walking the grounds. Noticing you, he smiles and nods. I found some coins in the well. Here, have a look. The ghost studies the coins for several moments, then turns to you, his face grief-stricken. That's what this was all about. That's why I can't rest. Oh, dark things, dark sins. What do these coins mean? They are cursed. It is a legend in these parts. It was said if you bore hatred in your heart, hatred so fierce it could burn another's soul, all you needed to do was etch your enemy's name on a coin and cast it into the cursed well. It would be the end of them. The ghost nods. And the end of you as well. Curses carry a heavy price. If you hate another more than you love your own life, well, your life is forfeit already. Then what keeps you from your eternal rest? Here they are. These coins just won't let me go. Those with my name on it. They are the symbols of a curse. I was hated not by one, but by two persons. The hatred is the rope that ties me to this world and keeps me awake. I don't know if it's a curse that can be lifted, but do me a favor. Put the coins on the altar of Aristil. It's nearby in the temple ruins. Maybe my God will take mercy on me and let me be at rest at last. So whose names are on these coins? Wilbur, that's me, and I thought I had no enemies at all. And here were two that wanted me gone from this world. Those coins, look at them. The inscription was done by different hands. And the second, Calstropsia. Sounds familiar. Aye, right, that's the Dryad, my daughter's new love. Someone must have hated her so much that he was willing to doom his own immortal soul just to get rid of her and me. I guess this Yalba Dorsey was the one who cursed us. Her for stealing his bride, and me for letting this happen. Nasty things, nasty sins, but who else could wish me dead? I've got no slightest idea about that. Alright, well, let's put these coins on the altar. You place the coins on the altar, and for a moment nothing happens, then the coins evaporate slightly, steaming away to mist. The ghost watches the coins evaporate to mist, almost in disbelief. At last you have my gratitude. I feel tired. The ghost blinks, and you notice the silhouette is blurring slightly, evaporating as coins did, but more slowly. But I must reward you somehow. I've got nothing except for... Wait, under that boulder. I hid something there years ago. I have no need of it. Now, for me, it is time to rest. And with that, the ghost dissolves into air. Yes. Uh, yes. Yes. Yes.
In due time.
Hallelujah! Level 11.
Follow my lead.
Which we will take now, because I want Quicken Spell. We're just continuing to raise the skills that we raised before, the maxed skills. And we are taking Quicken Spell, because it means we can cast another spell around under the right conditions. So for this, invisibility will be useful for the trick that I intend to do. What are telekinetic strikes? It's only D4 damage. I know I say it's only D4, but eh. Sense Vitals is useful because it's sneak attack damage on our pet, primarily. Sometimes with us because of improved invisibility. But because I know I will be using invisibility for another trick, well, I can just use one to vanish or something like that. Alright, I'll get Sense Vitals this time. Ooh, look at all the spells we gain. Hallelujah. Animal growth is like enlarged person for our pet, only better. Acidic Spray is my next choice, because Acidic Spray just does a bunch of acid damage. And it does some acid damage on the following round, too. Enervation is useful for certain creatures that are difficult to kill through HP damage and fortitude saves. Greater Flaming Sphere might be worthwhile if you're really into Flaming Sphere. Greater False Life is useful as well because, it's an emergency barrier. So sure, we can try that. I like Elemental Body because of its versatility. But it ain't worth it. Just cast it outside the range or buff your team with fire resistance immunity. So, we have Enervation, which I like. Ice Storm might be useful, but it barely does any damage. Only 5d6 in the best case. Split across ice damage and, well, blunt damage. But considering what else we can have, well, yeah. Elemental Body, and sure, emergency. No, not emergency force sphere. I like Greater False Life because it's more generally applicable, I think. We might pick up emergency force sphere next level just because details. Rage is useful if I just want to burn stuff, or if I just want to do a bit more physical damage and have +1 on strength checks for skills. So it's either fly. So it's either fly because it's good to be able to fly over our stuff, or protection from energy because it just negates a bunch of energy damage. Because we're caster level 11, this doesn't have much point. I'll take fly. I'm not sure how this always be able to level up thing was set, but so be it. Wait, what? Yeah, that was odd. And that level up thingy will go away soon.
Time's not waiting.
And to be clear, I'm organizing my spells on this bar so that they go from highest duration to lowest duration. Resonant skin just didn't seem very useful. And of course, we're just expected to rush forward and kill him. Yeah, let's just try this cloud kill thing against him. Let's see what happens.
This should do it. A calculated risk.
Arg, pet got stuck in the con damage. I'm not liking Cloud Kill as it just felt too unwieldy for my liking. I felt like it was in my way more than it was helping, even though I know it has some use.
Focus on the goal. It is finished. A trivial matter.
I don't care. But can you use it, pet? No. Sure, I'll put it on because the slot is now filled when it would otherwise be open.
We will be victorious!
Okay, where'd that giant frickin' tree come from? Wait, the purple stuff is Cloud Kill? Wow. Well, time to get out of there. That's one nimble tree. Okay, there's some sort of manipulative wedding stuff and trouble.
In due time. know what to do. I am prepared. All according to plan. As it should be. No mistakes.
Okay. There we go.
This will hurt. Ready for anything. Let's try this way. This should do it. A calculated risk.
Yes, good boy, Spot. What? Well, this thing's going to be a while to die, so go ahead and fast forward.
This will hurt.
Good boy, Spot. Very good. Alright, our goal here is just to get as much as we can before it's time for us to warp to Oleg's and take a victory nap before returning.
It is finished. A trivial matter. A trivial matter. In due time.
As you approach the grove, you hear two voices in soft conversation. The first is a velvet baritone, begging on the brink of tears. Please, Tyressa, my love, don't send me away. I'd rather die than... Oh, I want you to live. Oh, I want you to live, the girl's voice said sharply. Falcos, you are my knight in shining armor. I love you like I've never loved anyone before, but if you stay, you'll... The girl's voice falters and she collapses into sobs. Oh, wait! There's someone here! Show yourself! Approaching you is a fake couple, a satyr and a dryad, who watch you with an anxious look. Who are you? My name is Tyressa. I've lived here since my tree awoke from the earth and first sought the sun, and this is Falcos from far away. We're together, the satyr nods, and we'll stay together till death takes us. The dryad narrows her eyes at Falcos and folds her arms. Can't you do anything about that death part? I've managed so far. He grins widely. So, what are you arguing about? These lands could be beautiful again. But not as long as this monster exists. Falcos's hand curls into a fist. We cannot leave. We must fight. My sweetheart, my love. Pyrasa's voice trembles on the verge of tears. You've tried already, and I barely survived. Please, I'll endure. I'll go to sleep again. If you were to die, it would hurt me far more than if I let you go, knowing you're far away but alive and well. Oh, look at me, Tyressa. I'll never leave you. Never. I beg you, don't send me away. Being without you, it'll kill me as surely as the scythe tree itself. Oh, that scythe tree won't leave us be. See, simply being brave enough is not enough to defeat it, Falcos. Sooner or later it will kill you. The Dryad turns to you, hopeful. I beg you, put an end to the creature. End our suffering. And its suffering as well. We'll find a way to reward you. The scythe tree shall trouble you no more. Falcos gives you a wide grin, while Tyressa wipes away a tear. May you know peace, my queen. We thank you. Here's your reward. Tyressa hands you a small chest. What happens to this village? Oh, the Dryad gives you a heavy sigh and closes her eyes, as if remembering. It was a beautiful place, a human village on the edge of the real Fey kingdom. They lived in peace alongside the Fey for generations, united in friendship, sometimes even by love. The Dryad looks away. That is, until our queen, Calitropsia, lost her heart to be the headsman's daughter. Such a beautiful couple, but it happened at their wedding day. Both humans and Fey had gathered to celebrate the union. No one knows what happened next, but in the midst of the festivities, Calitropsia suddenly transformed. She changed into a monster. The Dryad's voice drops and she glances around as if afraid another might hear. She became the Scythe Tree. She killed her bride, her love, then destroyed the village. Humans fled or were killed. Same with Fae. Our kingdom fell in a heartbeat. I couldn't leave my tree, so I slept for many years until I woke to the sound of pipes playing such beautiful music. So a girl from the village married a Dryad. Tyressa smiles. Your world and the world of the Fae are great and wide, yet rarely do they touch. It is unfortunate, for when they do, great joy is possible. Not simply between two souls, but more so when a third arises from their love, a child either born or found. Here, for instance, when my tree and I were far younger than we are now, a girl lived here, Elga Verniex. She was the daughter of the woman from the village, her father, a satyr. We loved her so much, watching her grow, laugh, learn. The Dryad shakes her head softly. But her mother took her and left. If she still lives, she's certainly forgotten about us. Her poor father missed her so much, the grief never left him. It was in her eyes when he passed. The Dryad is silent for a moment, averting her eyes, and turns to face you again. Humans and Fae both love and love strongly, and we feel the same pain when we are cut off from the ones we hold in our hearts. Very well, farewell, everyone. I'm not falling for that one. It is a greater enraged owlbear. It has 18 hit dice and over 200 over 200 HP. I'm not doing that on pretty
That
much
is
an
not
empty spell
fun.
allotment. In fact, let's just head back, take a victory nap. No, head over here, take a victory nap. And we'll take a victory nap at Oleg's, to specify.
Let's try this way. Follow my lead.
Good! A wand of an offensive spell I might use. I wonder if Octavia in that picture is casting Burning Arc. Plausible. I purposely kept a level 5 spell slot. We're taking a nap on clean sheets.
All according to plan.
Alright, nap time. Shoop, shoop.
In due time.
Here are your herbs, 3 bundles of each. The old woman claps her hands and grins, revealing a row of brown, uneven teeth. Ah, that's a good boy. Did it take you a lot of time to find them, eh? Give them here. I'll put them to good use. After her new herbs are tucked away, she seems a bit more pleasant, even gives a gap-toothed smile. That's a proper greeting. Trading favors. Help me, I help you. So what do you want to know? What do you want to know, Ask. I know the area. Might be able to help you on your way. Or maybe you need some potions. Nothing cheap, but nothing you can't afford. And they do the trick, they do. Well, I've heard what happened to the village. Slain the monster and freed a cursed soul. She listens to your tale, nodding her head. Ah, so that's how it happened. Scary thing it is. It's curse and all. It would seem just a tall tale, but here we are. The village is gone. So who's to blame, you think? I wonder, who's behind all this? Hell, now that's clever. You're sharper than I took you for. You're right. Dorsey wasn't a mage. Why would his curse come true, and with such strength? She raises an eyebrow. Turning a dryad queen into a monster is not a simple curse, like making neighbor's knees ache when he tells a lie. She sniffs, and her voice drops. Besides, the air in the parts feels wrong. Like, no, never mind. We should speak no more about it. So what do you say now? Who's to blame? Who do you think is to blame? The old woman slowly smiles and shakes her head. Now more than ever, she reminds you of a fae in the forest. Well, it's not up to me, judging folk. Gods can judge. It's easy for them, for they know everything. Hell, the young folks can judge well. It's even easier for them, for they know everything. Or at least they think they do. Nah, I just keep it all in my memory. Well, what happened here? Yeah, we did this one. As far as I have heard, a daughter of a human and a fae once lived here. Her name was Elga Vernex. Are you she? The old beldame averts her eyes. Might be me, she sighs. Or might not. What's the difference? Who would still remember that name? Well, let's deal, my friend. Now, if you had some scrolls of normal invisibility, I would be quite interested. Potions of it, too.
As it should be.
Now, here's the question. Can we kill
Time's
this
not
thing from
waiting.
outside its boss arena? Because if so, that just seems amusing to me. It has a lot of constitution. So, let's try giving it the cloud kill treatment.
I know what to do. I am prepared. Our victory is certain.
There are 3 of them. Well, I wasn't expecting that, but oh well. I should not be suffering the con damage. They should. Like, you don't understand what I mean by don't do it to me, do it to them. And even these mighty beasts need a natural 20 to save against the cloud kill. So we're going to have some cloud kill based fun over here because we learned the spell and we may as well use it. Things are trapped, so yeah, we're going to just enjoy them taking con damage until I'm satisfied. I assume that what people were talking about using Cloud Kill to just easily win fights, they did stuff like this. Well, something over there died. Or at least stopped wanting to fight. Yeah, I know it's clever to kill things using Cloud Kill as I did, but I just want to get to the point. Come on, die foes already. Yeah, they're only taking maybe 18 damage around from that, and yeah, it's an efficient use of spells, but I don't need to be that efficient. I don't want to be that efficient. Well, that was amusing and different.
That is not far. No mistakes. It is finished.
Sure, the pelt is toxic, but we'll take it.
This should do it. I need to concentrate. Becoming distracted leads to becoming dismembered. A trivial matter.
We've destroyed the coins to give final rest to the ghost of an old man. So, I'll never rest. Never. Approaching. The heartbreaking howl of the man lunges at him. Whatever. Not my problem. Yeah, I think it was his fault. So there. And it was also partially my fault for not buffing before this ambush that I didn't expect. Anyway, let's do this one more time.
No mistakes. This spell doesn't work like that. This spell doesn't work like that. They'll never see me coming.
Alright, now we can talk to this ghoul.
Approaching.
There! Elga Veranex is back. She lives in a house outside the village. Oh, is that so? That's welcome news. Why didn't she visit? Did she really forget me? Oh, so much time is wasted. It's unfortunate her father didn't live to see this day. Oh, but he left a letter for her. Where is it? Just a moment. After several moments of rummaging inside her tree, the dryad brings forth a roll of parchment. Here, please give her this. Her father's last words to her, and tell her to visit me. I would so love to see her again. Very well. Thank you, my lady. You again? I'd offer you tea, but I don't have any. How about a cup of deathcap tincture instead? She gives a splintered grin. Best thing for health. Give her the letter. A dryad named Tyressa remembers you and will be glad to see you again. She asked me to give you this letter. Helga opens the letter, runs her eyes over it, and her expression shifts. It could be either a smile or a grimace. Ah, so that's how it is. Well, what does it matter now? She gives a rattling sigh. Tyressa. I should visit her someday. Yes. Well, that is all for now, my lady. Thank you.
A trivial matter.
And I believe that we are done with this video. Thank you, everyone. Good night and God bless.